Addiction is not about self-control. It's about connection and safety. Whether that connection is to God, to a family, your chosen family, or bio family, and the safety is about your environmental safety and your internal safety and emotional regulation. Every single time I have struggled with compulsive eating or just disordered eating in general, the habit never changes, or any other like addictive of compulsive habits that I've had, they've never changed through willpower and, brute force alone. Every single time I've prayed or tried to change a habit, it has always come through a change in environment. So whether that is being connected or being led to a new community and experiencing social connection, love, affirming bonds, or finding a spiritual community and being closer to God, or being closer to God in isolation, or finding bonds within my biological family that feel safe and affirming. Like, however that comes about, connection is a huge key. And also just in both in changing your environment and in changing your internal environment of feeling connected to people. There's a regulation that takes place, as an emotional safety that takes place when you find healthy community to connect to. And then the safety, both of like in your physical environment, when you feel safe and secure in your physical environment, you feel safe, stable, you feel like at peace, you're able to not experience those triggers that bring those peaks that can cause those urges, those impulses to lead you. And so you're able to find an internal regulation and safety, which allows for you to not need the habit. I believe addiction is one of those tools that once it's no longer needed, once the need for it is obsolete, like it falls away almost on its own. And a lot of people want to think about managing the behavior first, whereas if you were actually to approach it by like thinking about what purpose does this behavior serve, how can I replace that purpose? And most of the time the purpose is regulating stress and regulating loneliness or emotional isolation. And so when you can handle or deal with those things first, the behavior becomes less appealing. There's less of a need to apply that tool because it's like a sideways method of regulating your stress response, like a side gate that's often ineffective, that often comes at other health costs, and it doesn't actually last because it doesn't take the place of love, safety, and connection. And so if this is something that you're struggling with, I don't specialize necessarily in addiction. I specialize in healing developmental trauma as a whole, and addiction is one of the core components. Addictive behaviors are one of the core components that happen or that need to be healed when you've experienced early childhood abandonment or developmental trauma in general. And so if this is something that you want to chat more in depth about, send me a DM and we can have a conversation. But just know that I'm rooting for you. Please continue doing this healing work. It is absolutely important, and you are worth it. You are worth the time. You are worth the effort, the energy. You are significant. And not to harp on, please remember you are created with an intent and a purpose, and the past, the trauma that happened to you isn't all there is. There's more, and I want to help you gain access to that. Okay? I will see you in a future video. Until then, I love you and I'm rooting for you, friend. All right, see you soon.